Hey, what's going on, gamers? It's the Chronic Gamer here, back with another YouTube video for you guys. Today we are going to be talking about Big Dong Zhongli. Alright, so he is a 5-star unit that is coming within the next few days to Genshin Impact, and he is going to be our second polearm user. So let's just take a quick look at what he has to offer. In terms of stats, it seems that he's going to be offering a lot of base HP. His base attack seems to be alright. I think it's higher than a 4-stars typically is, but it's not the highest for a 5-star. Base defense seems to be relatively high, and when you ascend him, he is going to be getting geo damage. So let's compare him to someone like Diluc. So Diluc's base health HP is going to be about 100 and a bit less at level 1. And when you look at level 90, we're going to have 14,700 HP on Zhongli, whereas we're only getting about 13,000 on Diluc. So clearly Zhongli is going to be a lot tankier than Diluc in terms of HP. In terms of defense, it's looking like he's going to have 738, whereas Diluc actually has 784. So Diluc is going to be getting a higher base defense than Zhongli. Zhongli's base attack is looking at 20 to 251 at level 90, whereas Diluc starts at 26, and he's going to scale all the way up to 335 base attack at level 90. Let's compare his other stats to someone like, say, Noelle. So Noelle's a really tanky geo character as well. I'd kind of put her in a similar position as Zhongli. As you can see, she has the highest base defense scaling in the game right now. So she's going to have 799 base defense at level 90. When you compare that to Zhongli's or Diluc's, right, Noelle is still outscaling them in terms of base defense, which is really important for her kit. But she will fall way further behind in base attack. So it's give and take. So Zhongli's base defense, it's looking like his base attack and base defense are probably okay, but for a 5-star, it's okay. It's looking like it's just going to be slightly higher than some 4-stars on average. Alright, so going back to Zhongli here, we can see that he is going to be getting geo damage percentage. So this is making me think that perhaps he isn't going to be a main DPS like I originally thought he was going to be. I think he might go into a little bit more of a support or sub DPS, possibly even utility like Venti when we get into some of his talents, which we will do right now. So, looking at his attack talents, I don't think we can really judge his attack talents right now because we haven't gotten our hands on him and we don't know how fast his attacks are going to be. We do know that they aren't going to be hitting very hard, so they better be really fast. And if you compare it to our only other polearm usually like Zhongli, that is also the same for her. She seems to have smaller attacks, but it seems to attack a lot faster than most characters. So when you compare her to someone like Diluc or Zhongli to someone like Diluc, you are going to see a little bit less scaling at each level because you're hitting a lot slower with Claymore characters versus polearm characters. So in terms of whether I think he can be a main DPS, I am not sure yet, but the geo damage bonus is convincing me otherwise, as it doesn't seem like in his kit he's going to have a lot of powerful ways to take advantage of normal attacks without using the geo damage bonus. However, I'm sure there are going to be builds out there which are going to really support normal attacks as well. I'm just not sure if he is the main DPS quite yet. We're going to have to definitely wait for him to be released before we figure out what he does. Moving on to his elemental skill. So his elemental skill actually has 2 modes. So you can press it to command a power of solidifying earth into a stone slab, dealing AoE geo damage. And additionally, you will activate it and it will appear, and it will resonate with other geo constructs in the vicinity, dealing geo damage to surrounding enemies. The stone stele is considered a geo construct and can be both climbed and used to block attacks. Only one may exist at a time, unless of course you get some constellations, which will allow you to do more than one. So the whole thing with this is that it's going to do, when you press it, you're going to summon a slab, which is just going to kind of appear, do a bunch of damage. Well, do some damage, and then it's going to continue to do even more damage as it continues to resonate for a certain duration of it being active. And when you hold, you're going to just create a ripple of energy around you, and you're just going to explode out a bunch of geo energy, dealing a bunch of damage and creating a shield for yourself based on Zhongli's max HP. And the shield is going to be extra effective at absorbing geo damage. So if you're up against anybody that deals geo damage, you're going to take a lot less damage to your shield from geo by 250%. But these numbers are subject to change, so take these numbers with a grain of salt, especially because he is not out yet and they might make some last minute changes. So when you hold, you're just going to do, at let's just say level 6, you're going to do 112% of your attack as damage when you hold, and you're going to resonate for 44.8% of your damage for the duration of the slab being out. Your shield is going to be giving you 17.92% of your max HP. And this is really, really good because, as we were looking at earlier, it seems that Zhongli is going to have a lot of base HP. So this is looking like it's going to be very, very effective, especially if you get some HP percentage substats on some artifacts, because he has a really, really high HP base. It seems like he's going to scale relatively hard with percentage base HP, even more so than Barbara, who gets percentage base HP scaling off just leveling her up without any artifacts. The shield lasts 20 seconds, and the cooldown for the skill is 12 seconds. So if you have a heavy enough shield, you can always have a shield active. His elemental burst is the thing I'm the most excited about. At level 1, it does 400% of his attack. Holy crap. This is looking really, really insane. 400% of his base attack at talent level 1. Did I mention that it only has a cooldown of 12 seconds and an energy cost of 40? Once again, these numbers might be subjected to change. They might increase the cooldown. They might increase the energy cost. I think that they should probably increase the energy cost, because just even at level 1, it seems absolutely bonkers. This is why I'm thinking that Zhongli might not be a main DPS. He might be someone that you want to stack a lot of energy recharge onto, although you don't really need to if his energy cost is only 40. You're most likely going to get that back regardless. But it's looking like you might just be spamming his ult constantly, because if you level him up and you spend some weekly materials or you get a constellation, you can go up to 1,000% of his attacks. So 1,000% scaling is absolutely broken. If you get a constellation and you level up his talent, even if you don't use the Crown of Sagehood, you level his talent up to 9 and then you get the constellation, you're still looking at 1,000% extra damage. This is insane scaling. 1,000% of your attack is just insane. Wow. If you have 2,000 attack, that's quite a lot. But if you end up getting something like 2,000 attack, you're going to do 20,000 damage with this ult, not including your geo damage bonus, and not including your crit chance and crit damage if you crit. That just seems insane. It seems like Zhongli might be able to just absolutely one-shot some people. Absolutely insane. I think if this stays the same, we might see the newest 5-star in the game ending up being the greatest character in the game. And I'm going to be watching Zhongli closely. I have some Primo Gems saved up. I have enough to hit pity. And hopefully I would get Zhongli from the pity. I might just end up rolling. I'm going to wait, hold off on my Primo Gems, because I have a budget that I need to keep to. And if it seems like Zhongli is really, really broken and insane, I might just use all my Primo Gems that I've saved up and just roll on this banner just to get Zhongli. Like, his base attack scaling, could you imagine if it was on the level of Deluxe and then he gets 1,000% damage on his ult with insane base attack scaling? That'd be way too much. Way too much. So it kind of makes sense that his base stats are a little bit lower for a typical 5-star, discluding HP, because obviously his HP is insane, but his base attack and base defense, when you compare it to someone like Diluc, who's a DPS, he's kind of falling behind on base stats here. But looking at just how insane his talents are scaling, especially his ult, it's starting to make a lot more sense on why they're a lot lower. So you're going to need slimes, and you're going to need the Child Weekly boss material, the Tusk of Monoceros Kali. So make sure you're doing your child boss fight weekly, so that way you have a bunch of talent materials ready for when Zhongli launches. And make sure you're also farming the gold talent level up materials. If you haven't done the limited time event, make sure you do it so that you can get ready for Zhongli, because he might just end up being the strongest character in Genshin Impact, and he might end up being a must-get character in the game. Alright, so looking at some of his passive talents now. So, when Jade Shield takes damage, it will fortify. Fortified characters have 5% increased shield strength, can stack up to 5 times, and lasts until the Jade Shield disappears. So it just looks like it's a nice passive. Like, the more you're using your shield, the stronger your next shield's gonna be. Okay. This is insane. Your ultimate deals additional damage equal to 33% of Zhongli's max HP. Wow. Wow. His ult is getting even more damage at level 70 when you ascend him to 70. Wow. That's absolutely insane. His ult is probably just gonna one-shot everything. I don't know why you need CC on it. His ult has CC. His ult petrifies opponents so that they can't move. He petrifies them for 4 seconds at talent level 10. Why would you need to petrify them? They're just dead. This seems absolutely broken. And with Zhongli's base HP scaling being as good as it is, you're probably going to want to look for some base HP. Actually, no, you're probably going to want to look for more so for HP percentage scaling substats rather than base HP. Wow. Absolutely insane. Okay, let's take a look at some of his constellations. Increases the maximum number of stone scales created by Dominus Lapidus. That may exist to 2, so he can have 2 instead of 1, and they're going to continue to do geo damage to surrounding things. I'm not sure if they're going to have a duration. It doesn't say what the duration is. They might end up having like a HP bar, and they might last forever, or they might be something similar to the Geo Traveler, where it has an HP bar and a duration, but it didn't specify on the talents yet, so we don't know. And okay, second constellation, Planet Befall grants nearby characters on the field Jade Shield when it descends. Okay, even more shields. Okay, just make your Zhongli just OP, I guess. Like, you're going to do insane damage, and then you're just going to shield everyone so they don't take damage. Okay, he seems... The more I look at Zhongli, the more I'm thinking he might just be the greatest character in Genshin Impact thus far. He might end up being just absolutely broken. I think that MiHoYo would be crazy not to at least change some of his numbers before they release him into the game, because otherwise I think he's just going to be too powerful. I don't know. Increase the level of your E by 3 levels, of course. Increase your ult's AoE by 20%, and increase the duration of the petrification by 2 seconds. Okay. More CC and a bigger AoE. Why not? Why not? Why not? Just, his constellations seem to be really, really good as well. It seems like Zhongli might just... I think it's a really good thing his base stats are really, really small, because it seems like late game, he's going to scale really, 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 really hard. And if you just had too much base attack, he would scale way too hard, way too fast. Okay. And for his capstone talent, when Jade Shield takes damage, 40% of that incoming damage is converted to HP for the current character. I guess he's going to get a heal? A single instance of regeneration cannot exceed 8% of the character's max HP. Okay, why not? So he's going to be able to shield himself, deal a bunch of damage, he's going to be able to stun people, and he's going to be able to heal himself. Why not? And you know what? He might as well just be the only character that you ever use. There's no other person that you should use. What's a support? What's swapping characters? It seems like if you get max constellation Zhongli, as it is right now, he is the only character that you're going to use. It doesn't even seem like it's a competition. Okay, he seems, on my initial impression, one of those characters that might be trouble balancing, because it seems like his kit allows him to survive really easily, which will allow him to ult, and his ult just is going to do insane damage, and it's going to stun, and it's only a 12-second cooldown, so you only need to survive 12 seconds with a shield that has a duration of 20 seconds, and if you get max constellation, that shield heals you. It seems like he's just going to do everything you need, and he's just, no matter how you play him, he's just going to always be good. And with insane scaling like this, it seems like he can get out of hand really, really fast. If you build him correctly, I think he's going to do some insane numbers. I think he is going to be one of the hardest scaling characters in the game. Alright, real quick. MiHoYo, look at me in my eyes, okay? Right in my eyes. Are you okay? Blink twice for yes. Blink once for no. Alright. If there is someone that has a gun to your head right now, blink 3 times. Alright? And I'll call the police. Okay? Okay. Anyways, guys, that is going to be all for today. I don't know what MiHoYo is on, but it seems like they're making Zhongli a little too strong. Or at least that's my initial impression. Of course, some numbers are expected to change. I would be really surprised if he, makes it in as he currently is. But maybe he's not as strong as I think he is. I doubt it. I just from looking at, you know, the information in the database, it really does seem like Mahoyo is going a little too overboard. They might be on a little something something. But anyways, if you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I could use your support. I don't have many subscribers right now, so it'd be really, really great. And I'll see you guys in the next video.